Hi everyone, my name is Fabiana and every week I teach you a different crochet bikini. My blog is creativeswimwear.com. I have a few patterns there as well if you want to check that out. But today I'm gonna be teaching you how to make this very basic triangle top. Okay, I'm gonna be teaching you this one. It's a beginner-friendly top, okay, that can be made in around 1 hour and a half. Okay, the more experience you have, the faster you make it. And then I'm going to be teaching you in another playlist these appliques here. Okay, I have a few of them, and I'm going to be posting as well as videos, so you can choose whichever you want to use, okay? And also this bikini, I'm gonna be teaching you how to make a single crochet row right on top of this string, okay? And how to make this bikini for all the sizes, okay? Also, on the description below, I'm gonna put a link for a PDF file with the sizes so you can print it at home. And then if you want to make bigger, or if you want to change the yarn and use a different yarn, you can use, and just follow the pattern print that I'm gonna give you on the PDF file. So all you do is just you print it, like I have this other top here. Okay, that's a different one, but that's how it's like. So you print it and then you just put your bikini on top of it and follow for the size you want. So if you want, this is a small, okay, but then if you want medium or large, after learning this one, all you have to do is follow the shape of your mold, and then you're gonna have a medium and a large in any type of material you wanna use. Because this one that I'm using is a 4-ply yarn, okay? It's 100% cotton 4-ply. But if you want to use thicker yarn, you're gonna have less stitches and less rows. So if you have the shape, the printed shape of this bikini with the right sizes, it won't matter, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna teach you the basic for that, which is a small. And I'm gonna be teaching you in the middle, a medium and a large, but for this specific yarn with this specific hook, which is a 2.1 millimeters hook. If you're using a bigger hook with a thicker yarn, you will better have the printed mold for this bikini, because then you can only follow the mold, and my instructions will be the same but with less stitches. So after I teach you this, you can choose the appliques you want, and then on that playlist I'm gonna have as well how you fix your applique on top of your top and how you make different ones to make different tops for you. But this top, it's a really good idea to learn how to make bikinis, because then when you're on holidays you can make one bikini a day when you're resting after the beach or something like that. This bikini top can be made in 1 hour and a half. It's really fast. Like, the material is really cheap. Like, to make this bikini I spent like $2, two Australian dollars, which is really cheap. So with like $5, you can have a full set of bikinis the way you want, and nobody else will have the same one you have. So let's go, girls. Let's start making this bikini now. First thing we need to make for this bikini is this string here that we will be covering with single crochets later. As you can see, you can pull it anyway. So the first thing we need to make is this string, so when you finish your bikini, you can just cover with single crochets on top of the string. And so that's what I'm doing now. I'm going to also make a tassel at the end, like this one. So to do that, I need to leave around 25 inches of yarn before I start my first slip knot. And so make your slip knot like this, and one chain, so you have your slip knot there. Okay, and now we're gonna make 180 chains. Okay, so chain 180 stitches, and then at the end leave the same amount of stitches, like we have the same amount of yarn tail like we have here, so we can make tassel on both sides of your top. I was using double yarn, so in my case I need two because I can't really take, it's not like this one, I can get the yarn from the middle of my yarn ball. So, and I used double, and I ended up making 200 chains at the end, so 200 should be enough for a small. Medium I would put 20 more, and a large around 30 more. Thanks, enough. Okay, and I'm gonna show you how to make this tassel. So you left the string, the tail, when you finished, okay, around 25 inches. So I'm gonna get the yarn like this way. Now hold the chains with your finger and wrap around like that, and then put the hook through here, through this last chain, and just bring it here inside, and then just make the tassel the size you want. That's from here to here, it's gonna be the size of your tassel, and keep wrapping around your finger, because then we're gonna have all the tails with the same size. I normally wrap around 4 times. Okay, after 4 times you take it off of your finger. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna just separate one of the sides there, and the other one you put together with all the rest of the tails. And this one we're gonna wrap around here. So wrap around as many times as you think you need, and then back up a bit. Okay, I think we have enough here. And now with the, I normally get a smaller hook for that. Okay, so this hook is 1.6 millimeters. Put inside what you just did there and pull it like this. And then now our tassel is ready. It's just cut this off, and here we go, we have a tassel. So repeat this same thing on the other side as well, and then our little strings ready. And now we're gonna start making the top itself. So we are going to start this bikini with with a slip knot, like this. That's how I make it. I think it's really easy this way. Anyway, and after that, chain 18, chain 30. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I have 30 chains here. Okay, and now I'm going to start making double crochets, and the first one is gonna be in the 4th chain from the hook, so count 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where you make your first double crochet, and then from here you make 1 double crochet in each chain you have. So 1 double crochet in each chain all the way to the end. You should have 28 stitches at the end. Okay, so pause it here, and I'm going to make all my stitches all the way to the end. So here in this, that's my first row, and now I have here around 10.5 centimeters or 4 inches. Okay, so I like to, when I have a medium or a large, I normally make it's like 1 centimeter to each side of your top more, so like 2 centimeters more to each size. Okay, so that would be a medium here, 13, and that would be a large here, 15. So it's around 5 stitches more to each size up you go. Okay, so in this case 35, 37, 28 plus 5, 33, yes, 35 stitches for a medium and 40 stitches for a large in this case. Okay, and now from now we are going to just repeat this row here 4 more times. So I'm gonna make 5 rows total for this. And now, so to start this new row, I'm making 1, 2 chains, and then I'm going to turn my work, and I'm going to make 1 double crochet to each double crochet. So in this tutorial I'm gonna teach you how to make the base of this bikini, and then after we made the base, which is a triangle, I'm gonna teach you in another video how to make the appliques for the top. So I have this one, and I made this one as well. Okay, and we are going to use them like this or like this. So we are just going to stitch them on the top of this top we're going to finish right now. We're making right now. We're going to, when we finish this triangle, I'm going to show you in another video how to make these appliques. There's a lot of them. I want to make a heart, a daisy, and this marijuana flower, because people are using a lot in these micro bikinis. So this is a very small bikini. If you want to make it with more coverage for you, just add a few stitches more, like I said before. So the small is very small, and the medium, you know, it's a small medium and a small large. Okay, so just keep repeating this same row 4 more times, which means that you're gonna count at the end. You're gonna be counting 5 rows of this same stitches, and then we are going to start decreasing to make it look like a triangle, and after that we will be making the edges. The edges are very simple for this bikini piece, because my idea was to make a very basic bikini top for everyone that wants to learn. And then we'll be making single crochets on top of our string. Okay, so repeat that 4 more times, this same exact row, and then I'm going to teach you how to decrease stitches to start that triangle shape that we need for our bikinis. So here I made my 5 rows. If you are making a large, medium, make 1 more row here. If you're making a large, make 2 more rows here, because then we're gonna need more coverage. So yeah, so 6 for a medium, 7 for a large. Okay, and from now on we're gonna start decreasing stitches so we can make that triangle shape that we need. So make 2 chains here and turn your work. I always turn my work from here to here, this way, because then this chain is facing that way, is facing to the front. But when I turn next time, it makes it easier to make my, like here, to make my last stitch. So here I made the same thing. So see the chain is facing this way, so I'm looking at it. And here I just make my last stitch, and then my crochet is very like straight at the end. See how straight it is at the edges, and also I use 2 chains instead of 3 chains for a double crochet. Okay, so 2 chains to turn, and then to decrease stitches we have 2 options. We can either make 2 double crochets together, or we can just skip 1 stitch and make the next one on the next stitch. So first option, I'm going to make 1 double crochet halfway, okay, and then yarn over, second double crochet, and then finish them all together. Okay, I prefer this way because if we do the other way, there will be a little hole here. But this way is easier, so I might do this one because this is an easy project. So let's make it easier for you guys. So 2 chains here, and then I'm going to skip this next stitch and make my second double crochet there. So I'm decreasing 1 stitch here, so I'll have 1 stitch less, and plus I'm going to skip 1 stitch here as well, because that's how swimwear works. Every time you decrease on one side, you have to decrease on the other side as well. So bottoms work very much like that too. So from now on we are going to make 1 double crochet in each double crochet from before all the way to the end, and when I get to the end, I'm going to decrease another stitch. So one stitch in each side, every single row. So I'm going to be decreasing in every single row all the way until I have 3 stitches left. Also, if you are beginning with crochet now, we always count these 2 chains as one stitch. So my 2 chains I count as a double crochet. So I'll count 2, 4, 6, 8, and so on, because crochet is very mathematical, so we need to always be counting the 2 chains, unless the person where you learning your making your tutorial with says she is not counting the 2 chains on the beginning. But otherwise, it's just, that's what you do. You always count the 2 chains on the beginning, or 1 chain for if you're working with single crochets. So here, to decrease, in here I have 2 stitches, I have my 2 chains and my double crochet. I'm going to only make 1 double crochet there. That way I'll be decreasing here as well, and then my 2 chains turn this way. I say like, yeah, this way from, yeah, from here to here like this, and not the other way, because then see how it's like twisted, that last chain. So yeah, always from this side to this side, and then you're gonna have a straight edge. So here I'm going to skip this first one and make my double crochet here on that second double crochet, and then I'm going to keep going and just repeating my double crochets. So decrease in every single row until you have 3 stitches left only. And now, and I have 1, 2, 3 double crochets and the 2 chains in this row, and I'm going to make a last row with which is gonna be 2 chains, and then turn the work, and then 1 double crochet here, because I need to skip 1 here and skip 1 here, so my last double crochet is gonna be there. And see, I should have now a perfect triangle. Let me see if I can show you the size of this. So the size is 5.5 inches or 14 centimeters. Okay. So from here we're gonna start working to this side, and then the bottom, and then the other side, and then this is ready. So to start here working on this side, I'm going to make 1 chain here, and then 1 single crochet right in the middle there, another single crochet right here in between these 2 chains, these 2 rows. So here's 1 row, here's another, here's right in the middle in the chain there. And so here I'm going to have another single crochet and another one. So the way I count is 1 single crochet here, 1 in the middle, 1 here, 1 in the middle, which is 2 single crochets to every single row you have. So one in the middle of the row, one in between both rows. And then you single crochet all the way to this corner here. All the way to this corner here. Just making single crochets. And that's gonna be our edge for this bikini. If you wanna make it more with a different edging on it, you can make one more row with a different edge. But for this one, we're gonna keep it very simple and just make one row of single crochets around. So I'm here. I made my last single crochet and I'm here right on the corner of this triangle. And now I'm going to place this string I made before. I'm going to make one chain here first, one chain, and then I'm going to place this string right underneath my work like this. That's the way I hold it. Okay, just exactly behind it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the hook through in between all the stitches, always in between each stitch here like this, and then pull this yarn and make one single crochet like this. So put the hook through and pull the yarn. Again, same thing, in between both stitches, pull it and make the single crochet. Now here, make sure it's not too tight, because here we're gonna slide this through. Okay, so it can't be too tight, so make sure you pull enough yarn. So pull yarn all the way till you can easily make your single crochet on the top there. Pull it and make it. Pull it, make it, and repeat that to every single one of your stitches, all the way to the other side. Now here I made it all the way to that last stitch there, and now I'm going to make one chain. And look here, so here I made it on over the top of it, so I'm going over the top again here, and then with the tail underneath my work again, I'm going to leave this tail the same way I put this string, like underneath my work, so I can work these single crochets on top of it and finish it together with my last row. So here I made one single crochet, and you're gonna repeat what you did on the other side. Just single crochet around all the way until you're back here again. So pull that string, and now you can put it behind. We don't need to cover it anymore, it's just cut with your scissors later. Okay, you don't need to finish anymore. That's the way I finish all my bikinis. It makes the production faster. And so yeah, that's it guys, just keep that work, keep making that single crochets all the way to the top, and then we'll be making another one of these going this way. That's gonna be our next string. Here to my last stitch, my last single crochet, and now I'm going to make a slip stitch. So I'm going to put the hook through that first one there, pull it, and go, straight away go to the next one there and just finish. Cut your tail off. And now we're gonna make our strap for the neck and repeat the same thing to the other side, okay? And then finishing this, you guys can go to the part of my YouTube channel where I have, to my playlist where I have the appliques for the top. Okay, I have a few of them. I'm going to make this one, and I'll be making this one as well. Probably doesn't look as good on the purple, but it looks really nice on the yellow. And also I'm gonna share in the description below how I made this one. As you can see, they're different. Okay, if you prefer this more round style, I have another bikini, and you can make just the beginning of it and keep repeating these rows as well if you want larger sizes, but it's very simple as well. So I'm gonna put the link on the description below for this one, and in yellow, and the yellow one matches with the marijuana leaf. And then I'm gonna teach you, put in that playlist a few of my appliques. I want to make as well a heart and maybe a rainbow will look good on this one, maybe a mushroom. So I'm gonna put a few of them there and then put the link on the description below as well. So let me know in your comments if you enjoyed this, tutorial, and if you have any questions, let me know. But now we'll be making this strap for the neck, which is pretty much like this one we made before. So here I finished both sides of this bikini top, and now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna hide these tails. Okay, the way I do it, so it's faster, that's the way I like doing it. So we put the hook through one of your stitches and pull it in and make another chain here. Okay, make a second knot just to be sure it's not gonna come undone, and then with your hook again wave your tail under a few stitches, just like this. So this way is much faster, I think, and also you don't need a massive tail to use with a needle. Okay, so I'm going to do that for both sides of my top. Okay, I'm going to do that here as well. I made both sides of my top here. Okay, this one I already put this necktie on this one. Make sure you're facing the right side of your top, which means you can see these little chains. They are facing your way. And these little chains are facing your way as well, see? Because on the bottom you can't really see them on the back, so that's the back, and this is the front where you can see the chains. Okay, so this is always the right side of your crochet. And so I'm gonna put my hook through this hole here, and then with my double yarn I'm gonna pull it like this and make the first chain with 4 yarns, 4 tails, and so it's secure here and tight. Okay, make sure it's tight. If you have to pull it a bit, it's no problems. And then you make your first chain here this way, and then you keep making chains with your double yarn all the way until you reach 100 chains. We're gonna make a very long one so we can tie around the neck like this one. Okay, so make there 100 chains, and when you finish, make sure you leave that long tail for the tassel, so we can make our tassel at the end. The tassel already told you how to make on the beginning of this tutorial, and so we're gonna repeat, make 4 tassels, one each side. Okay, so make 100 chains and then leave the 25 inches of tail at the end, so we can make the last tassel, and then this top will be ready. So why did I make this top? This top's a very basic top for a beginner, but the reason why I made this is because I want to later put the appliques on top of it, and so I'm making a playlist just with appliques for crochet swimwear. Okay, they are a bit different because they have to be on a specific size that actually covers the entire top. Okay, so as you can see, they have similar sizes, so that's the difference in between these appliques and all the other appliques. They are not made for swimwear. And also the difference is sometimes people use thicker yarn to make them, and because we are making swimwear, we can't use too thick cotton for swimwear. Okay, and that's the reason why my hooks are all 2.1 millimeters. They are not very big hooks because we are working with a thin yarn, 4-ply. That's what I use for. In Indonesia, I buy 5-ply yarn, but they're, as you can see, compared to my finger, they are thin. They are not as thick as clothing yarn or even acrylic yarn. Okay, and that's the best yarn for swimwear because they dry faster. So that's the difference. These appliques are made on the right size for your bikini and with the right cotton for swimwear. So I have one more here. I'll be teaching you. I'm gonna put the link on the description below. Okay, for these crochet appliques we can use on this bikini, and also I'll be teaching you this other shape. It's a very basic shape as well in another, and I'm gonna put it on the description below as well. Okay, so this was our tutorial for this week. I'm gonna just finish it off, and just so I can show you how it looks like at the end. So at the end here, just wave the tail in like I showed you before with a hook. It can be a smaller one. I normally use a number 1.5 millimeters hook to do that. And then you can always, if you want to be sure that it's not gonna come undone later on, you can just put a little drop of fabric glue here, just a little drop. Very little drop, and then glue your tail there at the end. And then the one I'm using here is this one. Okay, I bought it in Australia, so but any glue for fabric should work. Okay, I did use that for lycra as well, but then it takes all the stretching, all the elasticity of the lycra away. So for lycra I use the tape. So yeah, this glue here, and then glue the little ends of the little end here, and then you can cut the rest off. So this way it's not gonna open. So you have to leave this glue for 24 hours here. Okay, you won't show on the front, which is perfect. And then this is your piece. Okay, hope you enjoyed this tutorial. It's a very easy tutorial, but it's a bikini you can make in probably an hour, and it's a fast project. So let me know in your comments if you enjoyed this tutorial. If you would like more tutorials for beginners, I would like to know as well. And if you have any questions, let me know. Give us a thumbs up there, because that helps me on the on YouTube's search as well, and it helps me keep making content about swimwear for you guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy your week. Bye.